so it's not ideal for these 2-year-olds at all. It definitely hasn't subsided at all. Wonder Legend is the one that I'll pick out. I think he was very nice and relaxed. James Ferguson is here. He saddled the last winner and looking to get Wonder Legend off to a good start here, coming out of stall 2 for Danny Muscat. Thought from looking at his breeze, he looked quite a green type of horse, and these breeze-up horses can go a little bit backwards on you when they come to a training yard, so you're nice to give him a bit of time. He's a son of See the Stars, out of Fastnet Rockmare. Definitely could be a better horse next year. There he is, going into stall 2, but plenty of appeal on paper for a lot of these horses. You'd imagine that they're going to improve with racing and time. Tadchin just usurping Mostabashi as a favourite here, and as I said in the paddocks, Roger Barron's record with his 2-year-olds at Kempton speak for themselves. So let's see if he can get the job done on his first start. So let's go up to commentary.
Set. They're off. In the race over a mile, Body Groove from 11, very slow to get out of the gates as they begin, and Amleto in yellow, David Deo and Mostabashi either side of this are the leading trio. Wonder Legend against the rails isn't far behind these two, Lunatic and Passing Time, and then Tadchin, the second one in yellow colours, about be it 7th or 8th at the moment. Trooper Bisdee behind him from Gallant Line and Body Groove and Manxman, and then C Squared. Behind these is Loch Lean as they run down towards the end of the back straight. They're fairly well strung out. Gassman is the back marker. Against the rails, David Deo from Mostabashi, blue and white on the cap. Wide of those, nose banded is Passing Time. A white jacket, Wonder Legend against the rails. Yellow jacket, Amleto between those. 2 lengths away, another yellow jacket to Tadchin against the running rail. Lunatic in purple and white behind him. Body Groove is next. Trooper Bisdee heads the remainder. Closing on him is Gallant Lion as a quartet even further behind. They're coming into the home straight then, and as they do so, David Deo and Ross Orion have the lead. The blue and white on the cab is Jim Crowley on Mostabashi. White and red jacket, Wonder Legend and Danny Muscat behind these. Leto's 4th at the moment. Tadchin in 5th will go for a run on the far side. Lunatic, purple sleeves down the centre, closing as well. Mostabashi has the advantage now to David Deo, Amleto, Wonder Legend, Lunatic behind these, then Tadchin, but it is Mostabashi and Jim Crowley who are clear inside the final furlong, going to win by 3 or so. Tadchin might get second. Mostabashi, though, is the winner. David Deo just, I think, held second at Tadchin, Amleto and Wonder Legend behind those.
That's a very nice performance on debut from Mostabashi for Jim Crowley. The son of Dark Angel showed plenty of early speed to break away and control the race, and when he needed to turn on the taps again, he most certainly did so and breaks away clear from the second place horse Davidio, who ran a much better race this time around, and third was Tadchin on debut. But this was all about one horse from the get-go, Mostabashi, who was clearly knew his job from the gates, and he's well related, being a half-brother to a yard star in Mostadaf, who is unbeaten on the all-weather, so this looked like a perfect opportunity for him here on what on paper was about the newcomers, and it was this one that was able to come to the fore at this point at the cutaway. He was travelling extremely kindly for Jim Crowley, and you were wondering who was going to come out the back. Wonder Legend at one point was asked for his effort, but was just given a bit of an educational ride. I thought the real eye catcher was Lunatic. He was very green in the closing stages. He definitely got a bit worked up beforehand, and he travelled into the race really kindly for Kevin Stott and just petered out at the end. But there's plenty for the Huey Morrison team to work with that. And obviously Davidio ran with a lot more credit second time of asking, but Tom, it was all about this horse Mostabashi, who's clearly got a bright future ahead of him.
A lovely effort that from Mostabashi for Jim Crowley and John and Thady. Gosden, you can't really ask for a more taking debut than that, particularly when a horse like him is drawn in stall 14, but that did not make any sort of a difference race because he flew the start.
No, he absolutely did. You just see the strike cap. Jim Crowley took one little bounce on him, and he's looking over going, oh, I didn't think I'd be up here. And I think his thing, he's wanted to take it and slot in the 2 path, and now he's 3 wide. He's in a prominent position. You don't want to give that up. he's not really asking the horse. The horse is just naturally quick. And luckily for him, David Egan decides, no, I will be the one to it wasn't David Egan, it was Kieran Fallon on Amleto. I'll be the one to take back. And then Jim got a perfect position next to Davidio, who was much improved for the debut run at Newbury last time out, where sort of was there and then weakened out of it. Much better run today from him, but I mean the winner was extremely impressive. Looked like his bigger brother when he was running down the stretch sort of by himself at Kempton when he won the September Stakes. But given that he's related to a Group 1 winner, I mean a mile looked well within his profile now. Potentially get a little bit further in time, but I mean this is all that you'd really want to see at this stage. He'll probably go away and come back out sort of April, May time.
I'm finding it a little bit difficult not to get carried away by this, because I have to say, not only is it visually very taking, it's emphatic, but he's moved through the race so well as well, Steve. He looks a proper professional.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that he was able to see so much daylight in the early stages and still race professionally and come away in the manner as he did, it's an excellent starting point, and he's got those all-weather winners in his pedigree, but he's also got top-class horses, and he's won this by, 4 lengths against other well-bred horses. I mean, it's hard to put a real handle on the strength of the form, because the horses that had run you wouldn't think were ones that would rate particularly highly, but the fact that there is top pedigrees in there, he's blown them away. He couldn't do any more than this, and you've got to like his attitude. Lunatic there, living up to his name a little bit. He did that beforehand, and there's a lot of ability there in Lunatic, but it'd be interesting to see which way he goes. The horse I would take out as well in the yellow colours, the other horse that you would take on pedigree as well, Tadshin, who has to... I was surprised to see him arriving down the middle, because I took my eye off him and he was on the far side when I last saw him, and he had to be switched by David Egan, and he's coming really well. Although he's a half-brother to Ben Battle and to the mum Narain won the Lopra, you can see him getting even a bit further than that, but he definitely won 10 furlongs next year.
Absolutely, yeah, I think that was very encouraging, considering he had to switch as well and finish with a flourish. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, as far as Kempton novice winners go, you do get a few of them during the winter who are pretty striking, and Mostabashi has definitely added his name to that list and wins extremely well on his first racecourse start. And Jim Crowley, Jonathan Thady, Gosden.